Señores, señoritas, quiero pedirles que me ayuden a introducir nuestro speaker siguiente, que también voy a traducir yo, Mikey Lucas. Pasa, Mikey.
Hola, mi gente. ¿Cómo estás? ¿Bien? Latin SolarCon 2023. We're gonna bring some energy in this house. You guys ready? How many of you guys can, if I speak English, you'll understand me? All right, perfect. I'm gonna have a translator. If you guys don't know who this guy is, he's the #1 ITC guy in the entire world. His name's Marcos Ramirez Taxo.
Let's go. Hola, muy buenas tardes a todos. ¿Cuántos están listos? ¿Quién de aquí puede hablar inglés? Ya levantaron su mano. Pero voy a estar aquí teniendo a Marcos traduciendo todo lo que voy a informarles el día de hoy.
Ready?
Ready?
All right. All right, guys. A little bit about myself, so you guys understand really that I qualify to be on this stage. I've done $27 million in residential solar. My teams have done just under $200 million in residential solar installs.
Un poquito de mí, voy a comenzar hablando un poco de mí para que sepan por qué califico estar aquí en el escenario el día de hoy. He hecho más de 20 millones en ventas y mi equipo ha hecho más de 200 millones en instalaciones de ventas solares.
Yeah, that's good. That's hard. 6 days a week for 10 years I knocked on doors. 6 days a week. So I'm qualified to be here, and I want you guys to know that it's not going to be easy, but 6 days a week for 10 years.
Les quiero dejar saber que yo califico para estar aquí y les felicito por estar aquí, que me tomó 6 días de la semana por los siguientes 10 años. No va a ser fácil, pero vale la pena quedarse en esto.
My day job today is I run an energy fund called the American Energy Fund. Look us up. We invest into solar farms, oil and gas wells.
Mi trabajo de hoy en día es ser manejador de un sistema de inversión en donde invertimos en el aceite y en solar farms.
Okay, so my goal today really was, as long as I can see your guys' eyes for like the next 10 seconds, do I have permission? I want to see your heads shake yes, not yet. Do I have permission to just tell you the truth about money? Is that okay?
Si pudiera tomar su atención por los siguientes 10 segundos y si me pueden ver y mover su cabeza, si tengo el permiso el día de hoy de decirles cómo funciona el dinero. ¿Tengo su permiso?
Sí. Gracias. Okay, so I've spent a lot of money, I've invested a lot of money into mentors, and what I did was I took, I believe it's 8, I don't know, I tried to make it as short as possible. I believe 8 tips that my billionaire mentor taught me. So do you guys want those tips that my billionaire mentor taught me? Is that okay if I give those to you guys?
He invertido mucho dinero y tiempo en mentorías. He estudiado de todo y he tenido mentores billonarios. Y hoy tengo 8 tips para ustedes. ¿Está bien si se los entrego el día de hoy? ¿Quieren aprender de eso?
Sí.
¿Sí?
Okay. All right, perfect. So number 1, this is by far what all of the millionaires and billionaires that I hang around, what they tell me is the #1 thing that is important to them when it comes to money, which is running what's called a for-purpose business.
Lo más importante que mis amigos, mentores, billonarios y millonarios me han dicho, lo más importante es tener un negocio con un propósito, correr un negocio con un propósito.
What that means is that you take a portion of your income, your time, your talent, your network, or your resources, and you invest that into some sort of a church or charity or noble cause that's local in your city, in your state, in your country, and also globally.
Lo que significa es que tomas una porción de tus ingresos y la utilizas para donar a una organización no lucrativa que sea local, sea una iglesia, una organización, y lo donas a ellos.
The second one, okay, if you guys were taking notes, you can get your phones out. You're welcome to take photos of this. If you hang out with me for the rest of the day, I'm actually giving away like $3,000 worth of courses to you guys for just being in VIP. So that's my gift to you. So just hang tight.
Si se pueden quedar aquí, si toman notas, pueden sacar su teléfono, tomar fotos. De hecho, traigo bastantes regalos para darles el día de hoy, como $3,000 evaluados en información que les voy a dar. So quédense aquí presente, tomen notas, porque les voy a dar esto.
You invested in yourself, and I want you to be rewarded for that. That is very important to me. When you invest in yourself, you buy that ticket, that additional cost for VIP or Diamond, right? The top tiers to get into that. I want you to be rewarded and understand that psychologically that you get something when you invest into yourself. So I want to give that to you guys. So just hang with me.
Les aplaudo y les felicito porque ustedes invirtieron en ustedes el día de hoy y siento que cuando hacen esta inversión para VIP me siento con la responsabilidad de darles rewards, ¿verdad? Por esa inversión.
So number 2 is the profit first method. I have taught hundreds of people, thousands of sales reps, hundreds of business owners, and I've gotten to the books and understand that every single one of you has this problem.
La número 2 cosa es que todos tienen el mismo problema cuando están haciendo un negocio solamente por las ganancias. He entrenado a muchas personas y siempre veo ese problema común.
And that problem is you're not profitable at the end of the year. Everyone has the watches, the shoes, the cars, the buildings, but you don't have profit at the end of the year. So just give you one thing. You ready? You can write this down and go on Amazon. The book's called Profit First. Download that book. You're welcome. A billionaire mentor gave me that book years ago.
So, el más grande problema que todos tienen es que al final del año no tienen esas ganancias. Tendrán los carros, los relojes, la ropa, pero no el dinero, ¿sí? Les voy a dar un tip. Agarren el libro, lo pueden encontrar en Amazon, de Ganancias Primero, Profit First. Es el libro que me lo recomendó mi mentor billonario.
So that book will change your life. It's literally step by step. I charge dudes between 30 and 60 grand a year. You don't need to pay me for that. That's free. Go out and do that, but make sure you actually do what it tells you to do. Okay. That number 1 thing there is start an account, and I teach all of my guys all over the internet, is starting 8 different accounts. One of those is the profit, giving, freedom, and so on and so forth. It'll teach you how to do that inside that book. Do that. I promise you in 10 years from now, you'll thank me.
Hay personas que me pagan a mí entre 30,000 a 60,000 dólares para poderlos entrenar en esto. Ustedes no me tienen que pagar hoy ese dinero, pero en ese libro te vas a dar cuenta de lo que tienes que hacer. ¿Están listos? Tienes que hacer 8 cuentas de bancos en donde vas a separar tus ingresos. Uno va a ser para donar, para operaciones y para otras cosas.
Okay, and this is my favorite one. Guys, listen to this. Ladies, if you're in here and you're married, make sure your husband re-listens to this speech. Men, if you want to have a better marriage, you got to have what's called a wife fund, meaning 1 to 5% of every dollar that comes into your account has to go to an account that it's called wife fund. That way, your wife, if she works or if she doesn't work, she can just spend whatever she wants and give her that debit card or credit card, and hey, it's she sees how much money's in that account, $1,000, $200, $300. Men, if you want to have a better marriage, I promise you, start a wife fund. 1 to 5% of your money goes into that account.
Come on. Se me hace que eso sí lo entendieron, ¿verdad? Les voy a dar una recomendación, hombres, mujeres, si están aquí, si quieren tener un mejor matrimonio, comiencen una cuenta del esposo. No se crean, de la esposa. Una cuenta para gastos de la esposa. Dale su tarjeta, de esposo, ¿verdad? De esposo. Dale su tarjeta para que pueda gastar. Déjame decirte, ese es el secreto para tener un mejor matrimonio.
Okay, this next one, number 3, is my favorite. You guys ready? It's my actual favorite one. It's called Be Your Own Banker. It's a concept that was set up by billionaires to be able to actually own your own bank. So I can't get into the details of it because I'm not a financial advisor yet. I'm actually testing for it right now in January. So by the next event, I'll be a financial advisor. I can tell you it's financial advice. I don't do financial advice. I just do education and information. So this is called Be Your Own Banker. Unfortunately, I've been learning it since 2015, and it is very conflicting on the internet.
El número 3, ¿están listos? Es mi favorito tip y es sé tu propio banco, ¿ok? No me puedo meter en los detalles porque aún no tengo mi licencia de asesor. Muy pronto la tendré, ya estoy tomando el examen, para el próximo año ya la tendré. Pero he estado viendo esto desde el 2015. El problema es que hay mucha información en internet que es confusa, ¿ok? Pero tienes que aprender cómo hacer tu propio banco.
What's funny is this guy actually knows more about these policies than I do. He's registered to be able to actually offer them to his clients. But in this case, there's two major policies online. you cannot just buy this policy from your traditional life insurance person. It's a specific account. You have to actually go in depth and make sure it's one of two things, either a whole, again, if you have these policies, don't yell at me when I say these two things. Okay, you're gonna boo one or the other. Okay, so a whole life policy or a universal index life insurance policy. I have both because I couldn't make a decision on what the heck the internet was telling me because it's so damn conflicting. So I said, screw it, I've got enough money, I'll do both of them.
So, hay mucha información sobre esto de las aseguranzas. De hecho, el guapo que está acá traduciendo sabe un poco más de eso. Pero hay mucha información y conflicto. No se enojen, voy a decir cuáles dos son. Es una aseguranza de whole life y una de universal. ¿Okay? Las dos son buenas, así que opté por agarrar las dos de esas aseguranzas.
So the goal is basically where the insurance policy, you guys have all heard of the life insurance, right? Give me a hand or a yes. Okay, you've heard of life insurance, but really that is actually only death insurance, right? You die, family gets the money, correct?
Ustedes han escuchado de los seguros de vida, ¿correcto? Sí, levanten la mano. So, los seguros de vida simples fueron hechos para cubrir gastos de funerarias, ¿sí? De gastos finales, ¿okay? Pero hay otros tipos de seguros.
So, what your goal is to be able to use, why I call it life insurance and not death insurance, because life insurance is when I'm available today, when I can use my money today, and then you can actually create it and put it into a trust where your family, you can have generational wealth. And again, you have to talk to a licensed person to be able to do that, but it's very important that you research and find out what these be your own banker policies are, because all the billionaires, are doing it, and I'll get to another thing here.
So, lo que tienes que quedar bien claro es que hay diferentes tipos de seguros, ¿verdad? La mayoría de la gente tiene el seguro de muerte, ¿verdad? Gastos finales, y eso está bien. Pero el que tienes que tener es estos seguros que te permiten crear tu propia cuenta de banco. Mira, es algo que todos mis amigos billonarios es lo que tienen.
The goal is to get as much life insurance as you possibly can, overfund it, and at that point you can actually start to pull the money out. Instead of taking out money from your checking or savings account to invest into a project, you actually can borrow from yourself and pay yourself back as if you're getting a loan on a property.
So, lo padre de estas cuentas que te permiten crear tu cuenta de banco es que puedes meterles dinero y después puedes sacar ese dinero libre de impuestos para pagar cosas que necesitas sin tener que usar tu cuenta de ahorros o otro tipo de dinero.
Okay, so it's actually the most complicated financial strategy I've ever researched about. I will be super straightforward with you. Take your time, ask questions, and figure it out. And don't just go to one life insurance person. I would say to go to the many. Because if you tell one person what this guy wants to do, automatically guaranteed the other guy's gonna say, he's an idiot, don't do that. So, make sure you get multiple opinions on it and do your research on which one to do.
Es un tema poco complejo, que hay mucha información. Mi recomendación es que no vayan solamente con un agente solar. De seguro, ¿están despiertos? De seguro, ¿verdad? Porque puede ser contradiciente. Probablemente este agente te diga, el otro no sabe lo que está haciendo. Haz tu diligencia, investiga, aprende bien y consulta con varios profesionales de seguros.
One of my investment strategies is to invest like a billionaire, not like a millionaire. So I can live like a billionaire, not like a millionaire. So that I can give like a billionaire, not like a millionaire.
Una de mis mentalidades que me ha ayudado mucho es que me gusta pensar como billonario. Cuando invierto como un billonario y no como un millonario. ¿Por qué? Porque quiero vivir como un billonario y no un millonario. Quiero donar como un billonario y no un millonario.
And you can do that too. So why not start today?
Y tú lo puedes hacer también. ¿Por qué no empezar hoy?
Number 4. I'm gonna speed up because I'm sure you guys are getting hungry. Okay, guys. At 30 years old, I'm gonna tell you a story really quick. At 30 years old, I realized that I had a notebook that I'd kept since I was 20. And this is the scary part, every single goal that I wrote down, I actually hit or exceeded.
Ok, so me voy a apurar porque sé que ya tienen hambre, puedo ver sus caras. Es el número 4, encontré un libro que yo tenía que está muy raro, que desde los 20 años escribía cosas ahí. Y ahora que tengo 30 años, me doy cuenta que todas las metas que tenía, las he alcanzado y las he superado.
My goal was $10,000 a month in passive income from investments, and I blew that out of the water. So what my goal is for you guys is to say, I did not come from money. I knocked on doors and invested the money, which you'll see in a slide here what I mean by that. But if you guys can just know that it is actually possible for you, especially, I mean, again, in VIP, every single one of you is possible to doing this. You just have to think significantly bigger. The scariest thing I did was set goals and realize that, oh my God, now what do I do? I've already hit everything I thought I could do.
So, era loco, antes pensaba, mi meta era hacer $10,000 al mes de ingresos pasivos y hoy lo he superado. Y yo estoy aquí para decirte que tú lo puedes hacer, todo lo que puedes meter. Lo que quiero para ustedes es la historia que diga, yo venía de la industria de tocar puertas y ahora estoy haciendo estos ingresos pasivos.
Make sure you think bigger.
Por favor, asegúrate de pensar en grande.
Number 5.
Número 5, gracias.
You ever heard the quote that says, we, as Americans, we sacrifice our health to get wealth, and then we have to later on sacrifice our wealth to get back our health?
Como americanos, somos conocidos las personas que estamos dispuestos a sacrificar nuestra salud por la riqueza. ¿Han escuchado eso? ¿Sí? Y lo más loco es que después tenemos que usar nuestra riqueza para recuperar nuestra salud.
You have no excuse. In today's world, 21st century, I mean, there is so many tests you can do. You need to be getting blood work, full panel blood work, hormone tests. You need to check your gut. The food that we're eating is not helping us. You have no excuse. Just Google it, and don't just take one test. Take all the tests you possibly can on gut tests, on hormone tests, on your blood panels, on your brain, on everything you can. Don't just take one test. Try to take as many of you as you possibly can to see the data on that.
Y no hay ninguna excusa por la cual no te estés cuidando. Hoy en día hay bastantes exámenes que puedes tomarte, examen del estómago, de tu mente. La verdad, invierte en eso, no hay ninguna excusa, tu salud debe ser tu prioridad.
I made this dude take the test as well, multiple of them. I'm like, hey, if we're gonna be friends, I gotta know where all your levels are at, so I can help your mental clarity.
Sí. También hice que Marcos tomara esos exámenes, ¿verdad? Testimonio. Dice, Nito, si vamos a ser amigos, necesito saber dónde está tu mentalidad, en dónde está tu salud.
And look, he's lost weight, he's mentally better, look how bright he is.
Y mírenlo, ahora cómo está. Gracias, Carmen. Tiene una mentalidad mejor hoy en día.
All right, you have to make sure you're tracking your health. It is super important that, to me at least, for my family, that I can be 70 years old, 80 years old, and have grandkids and still be able to go out in the field and play, not be stuck like my grandfather is, as an example. He pretty much can't walk. So I use my grandparents as an example, or my families as an example, like, hey, if I want to be different, what would I do? And that's prioritizing my health, my sleep, and everything.
Yo me pongo a reflexionar mucho en mi abuelo que tiene 70 años y no puede caminar. Y yo me veo a esa edad, ¿cómo quiero llegar? Quiero llegar como una persona sana, que pueda caminar, salir a correr. Entonces, tomen mucho en cuenta esto.
All right, we're getting to the good stuff now. All right, how many of you guys, this is kind of countercultural. It's you know, you have to have an A team for your finances. Well, I think you got to have a B team. The B stands for billionaire. If you have a millionaire mindset going into money, I promise you eventually you're going to get broke, you're going to go bankrupt, you're going to run out of money at the end of your journey here in life. And that is probably what everyone's biggest fear is. You probably are in solar or in contracting here because you want to make money. So how do you actually keep your money? You have to have what's called the B team. Now, it sounds funny, but it's called the B team. Take a photo of that. Again, it's important that you do not use the bottom right one, that red, your dad's wealth plan. My dad, very wealthy according to global standards, but my dad is not going to help me become a billionaire and help multiple people, churches, charities, refugee centers. He's not going to help me get to that point if I use his strategy.
Y ahora sí vamos a entrar a lo bueno, ¿okay? Yo pienso que debes de, cuando se trata de tus finanzas, has escuchado que tienes que tener un equipo A. Yo digo que tienes que tener un equipo B. pero B de billonario. Si tienes un equipo que piensa como millonario, vas a terminar endeudado y en bancarrota. Es bien importante, por ejemplo, en mi caso, no podía depender de los planes de mi papá. Aunque a él le fue muy bien, él no sería una persona que está para ayudar a organizaciones, poder hacer donaciones. Entonces es importante que tengas el equipo B de billonario.
Again, I don't have time to go into all of these, but you basically have to have a knowledgeable banker and experienced tax attorney, a top investment or tax advisors, and a tax on your team. If you don't have that, again, you're probably like a lot of the guys that I talk to on the internet. I get DM'd all the time. Mikey, what do you do? What do you do? What do I do with the situation, the IRS, or I got this tax bill? If you just understood that you have to pay to play to get into the next generation or next level of your finances, you have to pay to play. You can't have a $200, $500, or even $1,000 tax person doing your taxes. They're it's not going to work.
So, voy a hacerlo rápido porque no me puedo ir todo en detalle, pero lo más importante es que tienes que saber es que tienes que pagar para jugar. ¿Okay? No puedes, tienes que tener a ese abogado que sabe, a ese contador que sabe, a ese inversionista que sabe, un profesional. No puedes pagar nomás con alguien que te cobra 200, 300, 500 dólares. Tienes que pagar para poder jugar.
All right. We're about to land the plane. I'm like a Southern Baptist preacher. I'm going to close this thing out like 7 times. We're almost done here, guys. All right? I know you're hungry. But this is super important. You guys came here to like talk about how to make money. I'm trying to teach you how to manage it and multiply it. Is that okay? Still got your attention?
Ya estamos listos para aterrizar la nave. Voy a aparecer un pastor del sur. Los voy a cerrar como 7 veces el día de hoy. Pero viniste aquí para aprender cómo, no solamente cómo hacer dinero, pero cómo multiplicar tu dinero, ¿correcto?
Copy. Rapid fire. This is my number one rule. Number one rule. Take a picture of this. Put this on a note card. Put it on your mirror. Do not raise your lifestyle until your passive income can pay for it.
Número 1. Vámonos rápido y furioso. Tómale una foto. Ponlo en tu Mi número 1 tip es nunca incrementes tu costo de vida hasta que puedas hacer que tus ingresos pasivos puedan pagar por eso.
Number one rule. All right, last one here, guys. You got to invest like you mean it. In other words, you got to have clarity on where you're going to go. Everyone always says, I think this is a lie, a complete lie. It's not the destination, it's the journey. Baloney. I want the destination. What are you guys talking about? I don't know who, these guys are pretty successful, but I want the destination. I don't want the journey. But if you don't know what the destination is, you don't have clarity, and you don't do it with purpose, you're not going to get there. Thank you, my fans.
Tienes que invertir con un propósito, ¿verdad? Realmente tienes que invertir. No sé quién inventó el quote que dice, no importa el camino, solamente tu destino final. No sé quién dijo eso, pero yo estoy en desacuerdo. Importa tu destino final. Yo quiero saber cuál es el final, entonces tienes que tener un grande propósito cuando se trata de invertir.
The last thing on this one is, guys, you have to invest 40 to 50% of every dollar that comes in, either on yourself or in financial instruments.
Lo último, lo más grande, tienes que invertir del 40 al 50% de lo que generas, ya sea en ti o en algo que te va a ayudar.
All right, here's the giveaway, guys. You guys can follow me on social media. What would really help me out is if you guys follow me and subscribe on YouTube. The next slide, get your phones out. This is that free $3,000 course. You can scan the QR code here and my team will get it over to you guys.
Lo siguiente, te invito a que me sigas en todos mis social media. YouTube sería un buen canal. Saquen sus teléfonos. Aquí les voy a dar un curso gratis evaluado en más de $3,000. Aquí tienen el código para que lo escaneen.
$3,000, guys, to
$3,000.
help you create generational wealth.